It would be my pleasure.
Welcome.
You think you have corrected the issue? Consider what happened to the Daewons, and what the result would be if the Romulans lose a second homeworld. I have encountered Iconian gateways twice before.
No problem.
Acceptable. Admiral Kararek, I want to start by reviewing your science team's work.
I'm sorry, did you need something? With all due respect to you, Ambassador, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
Were you able to find the coefficient numbers for me? Alpha is 14. That looks correct. Yes, that's correct. Gamma is 47.
Your numbers may be correct, but have you ever witnessed the power of one of these gateways outside of a holodeck? Even the best plans seldom survive contact with the enemy.
Yes, they've been asking for the final power variance numbers.
I appreciate you speaking up about your concerns. Finally.
I agree that the simulations look promising, but I still have some concerns.
So do I, but we're on a deadline.
Perhaps we can find a solution that will ensure the safety of all of us.
Corin, daughter of Grilka, captain of the mighty IKS Fortescue.
Commander Tiaru Jirak of the RRW Lisette.
Iconian gateways can open up anywhere. You don't have to have another gateway to connect to.
Oh, the gateway? Fascinating. Simply fascinating.
The numbers are good, but something seems off.
Agreed. Sensor readings from the gateways I've encountered were significantly different than this. Could it be because of the power source you're using?
Readings like this make me wonder. The numbers aren't saying that exactly, but it's a real possibility.
Captains Sean and Corin have been consulting with Kararek's security forces. I do not know Captain Sean, but he commands an enterprise. He must be a formidable man.
How may I assist you? The team looks like it's almost done with the final checks. Make it quick. I'll admit I've been dubious about this project from the start.
What are you... Ah, good idea.
If all the preparations are complete, I see no reason to delay.
Initiating final power transfer.
Power output rising. Levels are within expected parameters.
Activating gateway. We've got a spike. Attempting to compensate. No good.
Abort! Abort the mission!
Shut it down!
Detonating charges.
No effect! Get everyone out of the chamber! Into the gateway! Now! I knew that gateway would be trouble. The scientists have been able to get a few readings from New Romulus, but the gateway was damaged. We cannot use it to return. I believe I have found a way to open this door, but it will take two of us to override the controls. I think I can open this door, but I will need your assistance. Now, to see what lies beyond. I am picking up something beyond this door. My tricorder shows this to be a complex of some kind. There is another large room further down this hallway. Interesting. Are you detecting high trace levels of Tetrion radiation? As much as I hate to say this, we will cover more ground if we split up.
Agreed. We should keep in contact as we search.
Commander Nignon will accompany me.
I will accompany you. Come, we will find the way out.
I'm picking up some odd Tetrion readings, and we've been able to confirm that we're in subspace, but there's nothing conclusive yet.
This facility is mostly automated. That doesn't mean it's abandoned. Maybe it's a way to open a gateway to a location without a corresponding one on the other end.
Good idea. We have not heard from the security detail. We need to check in with them. Are you sure something here is not blocking our communicators?
Corin here.
I've found what appears to be some sort of targeting system. Did you hear that? We should... Ensign, look out!
Captain Sean's team is in trouble. Hurry! No sign of Sean's team. We are not alone here. This does not bode well. We should rendezvous with Corin and the others. gone. They would not have left without their supplies or weapons. Can you hail them? We must find Corin and the others. Wait. I know this place. I have been here before. This table. I saw one just like it when I served on the Enterprise. Blood, Klingon, and Pharosin. Corin put up a fight. There are data entries here that correspond to our missing people. They will be taken for examination soon. It was a Solanae-based race, and I have seen this before. We were able to stop them before they established a pocket of subspace on board the ship, but not before they sent a burst of energy through. Corin was not taken without a fight. Of that I am sure. There is a holding area down this hall. We should... Automated defenses! Defend yourself! That Guardian was damaged by a disruptor. Corin's work. We can overload the power cell from that Guardian. It should blast through the door. Be ready. There may be more Guardians beyond this door.
I don't see Captain Sean or Mayak here.
There's no more time!
No. There is still someone missing who could be saved.
What happened? How... Can you help Mayak? There's nothing more we can do here.
Agreed. The best way to honor Mayak's memory is to save his new home. The gateway energy signature is emanating from somewhere across this expanse. We need to find a way across.
My scans indicate there's some sort of control system at work.
I'm picking up more of those automated defenses.
You should scout ahead. Scout ahead. We will escort the others when the way is clear. The Sol system. Earth. Kronos. This is not a holodeck. It is a live image of my world. Vandros 4. I remember this world. We found an Iconian gateway there during the Dominion War. New Romulus. The tectonic activity is getting worse. We must find a way to stop it. I know this planet. The Delta Quadrant? Does the Iconian influence reach so far? This appears to be some sort of master control panel. I believe we can use it to open a gateway. Can we access the database? We must know what the Iconian plans are. We need to download the data and move everyone here before more Guardians arrive. I will remodulate the power system while you reroute the flow.
That's a star chart. Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Look! That's the new Romulus gateway! The gateway on New Romulus was reset.
It wasn't the only one. Ambassador, we'll cover you as you download the data. The paths are retracting.
They know we're here, and I don't think they're happy.
Do you hear that? That doesn't sound good.
Security reinforcements are inbound. We should use this gateway.
Worf! We're out of time!
I have downloaded what I can. It is time to leave. This is a bridge. We have walking wounded, but some of us can still serve. Where do you want us? We have saved the Romulans' home world, but the gateways are open now. All of them.
Receiving tactical telemetry. I'm detecting another gateway in the Jarrett system. It's big. Ship-sized.
The gateway is transmitting a high-band subspace signal. Sensors are picking up Elachi ships on an intercept course.
I suggest we go there and contact New Romulus for reinforcements.
Not from here. I can make a gateway for us and set a destination close by, though.
Taking us out. Sensors show that we are in the Jarrett system. Systems are all reading normal, but... Object sighted near the ship. It is an Iconian gateway.
I'm very glad to see you all safely returned. When the quakes began, we lost all communications with the gateway chamber and feared the worst. But where did you go? Through the gateway? And what is that ship? I've never seen anything like it.
You reset... elements preserve us.
Enough talk. The gateway is transmitting a signal.
Sending reinforcements now.
We will hold off the Alachi until Allied forces arrive.
Activate recall.
More Alachi inbound. Hold them off.
gateway come from?
One of many actions to prevent the destruction of the new homeworld.
Glad you can make it, Enterprise.
The Alachi can send their entire fleet. We will not fall. There is still the matter of what to do about the gateway. That discussion cannot be delayed. The Alachi forces have been destroyed. No further hostiles inbound. Captain Sean, the Enterprise should scan the gateway. We need to know more.
Agreed. But we should destroy that gateway now, while we still have the chance.
No! That gateway is in Romulan space. It belongs to the people of the Romulan Republic.
Another invading force could arrive at any moment.
Afraid of a fight, Captain?
Corrin, prudence is not cowardice. The gateways are powerful. They may be too much for any of us to control.
We should disable it before it becomes another threat to the Romulans, and to us all.
How is this different from the wormhole near Bajor? This is a strategic and scientific asset, and it belongs to my people. Captain Sean, if you destroy the gateway, I can assure you that Titan will reconsider our friendly relations with the Federation.
The Klingon Empire will fully support our Romulan allies in this matter.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. Sir, we've been scanning the gateway.
What did you find?
The terminus is at a fixed point now. We can determine that. But then, I don't know what we picked up, but the monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega. We're locked out of the computer, and engines are offline. We need you back on the Enterprise, sir.
I see. That changes things significantly.
Indeed it does. I should return to the Bortiscue. Worf will be waiting for you. Corrin to the Bortiscue. One to transport.
I should return to New Romulus immediately.
Ambassador, it was a pleasure to work with you. I wish we could have had that talk.
Agreed. Another time. Send my regards to your chief engineer, Captain.
I'll let Chief O'Brien know. Sean to Enterprise. Transport me directly to my ready room.
Today was a glorious battle. You have won much honor for yourself and your allies. It seems there are larger conflicts that all of our people will need to face. If we are to survive, we may need to face them together. It was an honor to fight beside you.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Welcome to the Solanae Dyson Sphere. My name is Sub-Commander Cole. This is the main command center for Joint Alliance Command, a multi-species task force willing to work together toward a common goal, for now at least. The gateway you use to get here is in Republic space, so the Republic is taking the lead here as well. Our mission? To destroy the Omega particles this sphere creates, and neutralize its ability to generate more. The first scouts into the sphere confirmed that it was producing massive amounts of Omega particles for an unknown purpose. Given enough time, this sphere could produce enough Omega particles to completely annihilate warp travel in all known quadrants of the galaxy. We thought this would be a sweep and clear operation, but we were waylaid by a species known as the Voth. The Voth claim to be natives of the Delta Quadrant, are extremely technologically advanced, and they want the sphere. Now we're in a fight for control. The Voth are determined to gather the Omega particles. We're still determining why, but this is a threat to all warp-capable civilizations. I can't stress enough how important it is that we stop the Voth and neutralize the Omega particles. There's a lot to do. Shall we get started? We run missions here from Joint Command, the center of all Allied operations. This is the supply depot. We use it to ship supplies to our forces and to store any unusual or dangerous technologies we find here. This region is the minefield. It is used as a barrier to keep Voth forces out, although some still slip by. And this is the ion stream, a series of structures moving a high volume of charged particles and exotic radiation through the area. Each of these areas could use your help. Good luck.
Scanning. Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress.
Congratulations, Admiral.
This is the contested zone. Our forces here are in a constant conflict with the Voth. There are 5 fronts in the zone, and each of them need your help. Here, we are fighting the Voth over towers that are critical to our control of the zone. I would advise you help only if you have other starships to provide support. In the center of the contested zone is the battle zone. Commander Arnold is leading the ground fight there against the Voth. He needs anyone who's willing to assist. Make no mistake about this. The contested zone is an active conflict. Be careful out there.
This is the Voth battle zone. Our goal is to take control of at least one Omega particle silo. Here's how we do it. This is a map of the battle zone. There are 3 regions, each made up of multiple capture points. When the Voth hold a capture point, it is red. When we take control of a capture point, it will change to blue. Capturing points advances us towards our goal, represented by this meter. When it is full, we can make our final push to stop the Voth at the Omega particle silos. We must capture at least one of these silos to claim this battle zone for the Alliance. Good luck.
You are in a battle zone. The overall status...
You're just in time. Please follow me to Subcommander Cole.
Good to see you again. We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. Admiral Tuvok from Starfleet was selected to lead a small team to the station to try to disable it. With him is Dr. Eric Cooper, a scientist who has been studying Dyson and Iconian technology.
Joint Command, please respond. This is Tuvok. Sensors have detected a large Voth fleet moving toward the station. They have discovered us, and we have yet to complete our work.
The attack on the Voth fleet will commence shortly. Captains, please return to your ships.
Tuvok and Cooper are stranded with an entire Voth fleet bearing down on them. I need you to fly to the station, rescue our team, and finish the mission. Our fleet will engage the Voth to help keep them distracted. But to avoid detection, you'll need to fly roughly 100 kilometers above the surface of the star. Speak with the logistics officer assigned to brief your crew on the situation.
Greetings. Our engineers are working with your crew now to create a temporary modulation program that will help your shields protect your ship from the heat and radiation you will encounter on your way to the sun station. We will need every available ship to fight the Voth. It would be best if your ship joined the fleet once you are aboard the station. Admiral Tuvok traveled to the station in a new starship, specifically designed to withstand the conditions there.
Greetings, I am Admiral Tuvok. The man behind the crates is Dr. Eric Cooper, the Federation Science Council's expert on Dyson technology.
Yes. Hello, I'm Dr. Cooper.
Allow me to brief you on the situation, so we may determine the best plan of action. Main power is offline. I am not sure what caused this disruption, but the event was fortunate. There are 2 generator rooms that control much of the station's operations. The generator room to the south controls the power. The control room to the west, where the Voth are, maintains the station's jump capabilities. More than the 2 of us can safely engage. Defeat would be certain. However, if we restore main power, we can use the station's automated defenses to even the odds.
We're moving away from the Voth, right?
Sensors are detecting a Voth battle mech ahead. I recommend we perform a more detailed scan to ensure it is deactivated. The pilot of this battlesuit may have been killed in the fighting. However, we do not know what else we will find on this station.
Voth! Sorry. I thought I saw something.
Remain calm, Doctor. The defenses in here can be quite lethal.
It was awful. The sounds, the blood.
I will stand watch while you and the doctor examine the generator.
If I understand this correctly, we can restore main power activating consoles that match the symbol up here. After the first one is activated, we'll only have 20 seconds to activate the other 2. If we don't, the system will defend itself. Also, activating the wrong consoles will trigger the system's defenses. Be careful. That looks right. That looks right. That did it! The final console is unlocked.
This does not bode well. By restoring main power, we have released the locks, preventing the Voth from reaching our location.
What are we going to do? The Voth will be here any second, and I don't think they're in the mood to take prisoners. My help? What could I do? You and Tuvok have done everything so far. Tuvok said that? Well, maybe. I might know the technology, but I don't work well under pressure. All right, I'll try. I think if I try this...
Dr. Cooper, we require a solution.
I'm working on it. Vulcans. If I can just try that... Yes, I have it. I've done something.
Allow me, Doctor. Instead of activating the defenses to assist you, I can reroute the power to attempt to send a message to our stranded ship. It may not help, but we have been out of contact for hours. I can activate beams of energy that will shoot down in set periods of time. I do not have any further control than that.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
Prepare yourself. Commanders are approaching. We should move forward. Be on your guard. A Voth soldier is activating the battlesuit. It would appear all that is between us and our goal is the vacuum of space. My modifications successfully locked the Voth out of this area. However, there was an armed Voth battlesuit in the corridor. No response. According to my readings, there is no method of direct access. Unless your ship is within range, we are stranded.
I'm here. Wait.
Doctor, we require a way to access the other areas of the station. Your thoughts?
I have an idea, but you may not like it. Those EV suits over there. They have maneuvering jets that we could use on the outside of the station. I've looked them over, and they should be able to withstand the heat of the sun.
Should.
Well, nothing will withstand that much heat and radiation for long. The suits appear to be designed for use in the shadow of the station. But, technically, they can keep us safe. For a little while.
They will have to suffice. We have no other logical option. Doctor, are you going to prepare your suit?
Me? Of course not. It's far too risky for me to go out there.
We will need to convince Cooper to overcome his fear and help us complete our mission.
Do you really need me out there? Internal comms are still active. I could just tell you what you have to do. I really can't stand any more stress. The Voth? I thought you defeated them all. They're not going to come back, are they? Okay, I'll do it. I can do this. I can do this.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Conserve your oxygen. There is a large piece of debris blocking the station's entrance. There is a large amount of debris blocking the entrance. There are two objects of interest. I suggest flying a safe distance before activating the charges. The door is sealed. Any ideas, Doctor?
There should be a manual release for the locks above us.
I will establish a shield. The doors are open. Dr. Cooper and I will wait for you inside.
These suits are fried. I doubt they'll be much use anymore.
Your EV suit does not protect you from cold.
Something has closed the doors. Most unsettling.
I think the station's defenses are activating.
Should move forward before more defenses activate.
I remember this room. The security protocols shut us out when we first arrived.
Prepare yourself. We must defend Dr. Cooper.
I need you to activate a console while I work on this. Excellent. Keep moving forward over here. I need you to activate a console while I work on this. Perfect. I'm almost done. We're through.
We must power down the room's shielding to access the control panel. The Doctor and I will continue our work while you disable the lower panels. Good work. Reactivate the shields and we can complete our mission. The honor of deactivating the station is yours.
There we go. The deactivation program is moving nicely.
Doctor, I'm detecting something curious. Energy levels in the gateway in front of us are rising at an exponential rate. It appears to be activating.
What? Let me check. Oh, this is not good. The gateway is designed to be an escape hatch in the event this station goes offline. We cannot deactivate the jump protocols without activating the gateway as well.
Is there any way to override the protocols?
None that I can see. If we want to stop the jump, we have to activate that gate.
It seems we have little choice. Your thoughts?
As Tuvok said, we have no choice. If we want to stop this sphere from moving, we need to activate the gateway. Our time here is limited. The Voth will return in force. We have to do this now. There is no other option. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have found a better way. I failed you both.
Do not dwell on this. If there was another option, we would have found it. One moment. We are being hailed. Tuvok here.
Chief Engineer Tarkram of the Dyson here, Admiral.
Acknowledged, Chief. Are all of your systems restored?
The opening of the gateway cleared up the ambient distortion disruptions. Do you need transport?
Yes, I want to get off this station now.
We are ready to depart. Chief, do you have luck?
Admiral Tuvok, come in!
Dyson, 3 to B-1.
We can't get a lock. You need to get out of the hot zone. Move!
We're going to die! We're going to die!
We have a lock on you, sir. Just give the word. Good to have you on board, sir. I'm Chief Engineer Tarkram. The fleet and your ship are still engaged with the Voth, but several Voth ships are making their way towards the gateway. One of their dreadnoughts has already passed through.
Engage your ship's special functions by clicking here.
no more Voth in the vicinity, but one dreadnought did go through the gateway. If my readings are correct, it is passing into another Dyson Sphere. Navigational readings indicate we are in the Delta Quadrant. However, we are inside a Dyson Sphere, and there are no known structures of this type in this region. This sphere was discovered by the crew of the USS Jenolan in 2294. The USS Enterprise D rescued Montgomery Scott, a survivor of the Jenolan 75 years later. I am detecting disabled systems on the Gold, but there is no weapons damage.
Thank the prophets. I knew someone would find us. My nav computer claims we're in the Delta Quadrant. Glad to have the help. Supplies are running low. Another Dyson Sphere? It's taken us 40 years to study this one, and we're not even close to understanding it. And the ship set course for the sealed door and is just sitting there.
I have extensive experience with the Voth. While they are arrogant, it is not like them to completely ignore a potential threat.
Warning, ship is under attack.
The Voth are moving towards the door.
Tuvok?
Your query will have to wait, Doctor. Shields are down and we... You're not... You're not Cooper.
The weak shall perish.
Captain, the Undine outside of the sphere are powering weapons. The mammalian ship is still disabled.
Arm all weapons. We will destroy the creatures and then return for the mammals.
I am unharmed, but we are in danger. We are deep within the Delta Quadrant, right where Cooper wanted us. We do not know how long this infiltrator has impersonated Cooper, or the extent of what he has done. However, I am quite familiar with the tactics of Species 8472. We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat.
Finally, a worthy adversary for my new ship.
do not. They are extremely dangerous.
The Lisette is here to provide any assistance you require. Arrived sooner, but there was a Voth fleet in the way. Congratulations on a successful mission. Now the Romulan Republic will take over.
No! This ends now! Our generosity to the Romulans can only extend so far! The Klingon Empire claims this Dyson Sphere as its own! Starfleet and the Republic would be wise to keep their distance. Oh? Are you prepared to back that statement with action? The Klingon Empire has restrained itself again and again in an attempt to maintain this alliance with the...
Fighting over this sphere is not an option. It would divide our strength. Precisely what would benefit the Undine.
The Klingon Empire will not sit and wait while the Federation and Romulans continue to claim these powerful weapons for themselves.
The Romulan Republic will continue to take responsibility for areas within our jurisdiction. However, I will not be put in a position where I must choose between the Federation and the Klingon Empire.
Cooper's departure has lifted the miasma in my mind, an affliction that I did not even realize was there. We have fulfilled our mission to neutralize the jump capabilities of the Solanae Sphere, only to open up a gateway that the Undine can now use to reach our space. They will no longer have to create rifts from fluidic space. Was this Cooper's plan all along? I suggest we return to Sub-Commander Cole. We must attempt to save the fragile peace of the Alliance.
The sphere is under Federation control.
This sphere is only accessible through an Alliance-controlled gateway.
Then perhaps it is time to end this alliance.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Commander Jirok is correct. The Undine are a threat to us all. Now they have direct access to our space. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy. I volunteer to mediate these talks. Dr. Cooper manipulated me to achieve his goals. It is only logical that I take responsibility for what has happened here.
Very well, Vulcan. We will finish this later.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Last time on Star Trek Online.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed.
Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian and Undine influence.
Is that
an Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway, now!
Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Solanae Dyson Sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Genolan Sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now, the continuation.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Genolan Dyson Sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Good to see you. I'd say you're right on time, but it looks like everyone else wants to be fashionably late.
Thank you for joining us here. We need assistance with preparations for the conference. The Romulan and Klingon delegations are still in private deliberations, but other delegates are arriving.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
This Cardassian thug is trying to push Bajor out of this conference.
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, Bajor is a member of the Federation. Ambassador Sugihara is capable of representing them, along with the Deltans, Andorians, Vulcans, and everyone else, even the Tellarites. Though I suspect they'd argue that point rather robustly.
I thought Federation membership meant Starfleet would look out for Bajor's interests. Obviously, I was wrong.
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, indeed. One wonders how well that gateway would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture rather than Cardassian. Ah, predictable response. Indeed. One wonders how...
The Federation has never made a policy of preventing member worlds from overseeing their own interests in conjunction with Federation efforts.
Well said. Perhaps there's hope for this conference yet.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Thank you for your assistance. Please take the opportunity to speak with the various delegates.
Thank you for the invitation. Starfleet certainly knows how to organize their meetings on a grand scale. Yes, the Undine. Very interesting.
The Xindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were.
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta Quadrants is for all the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those who would threaten our worlds.
I sincerely hope that the Federation is not wasting our time here.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak to Captain Sean?
Ah, it seems the time has come at last.
I was just going. Don't rush me.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
I suppose we can begin.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here, just as we have led efforts to secure the Solanae Sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now. Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such...
Ambassador, given what we now know, that was a mistake. The Empire recognized the Undine threat years ago. We didn't.
You admit you are wrong?
The evidence provided by Admiral Tuvok and his team is sound.
Thank you, Captain Sean. However, dwelling on past mistakes will not solve the problems of the present.
Our fleet stands ready to protect both spheres from the Undine.
The Undine can wait. We have more important business to discuss. Who owns this sphere? I represent a consortium of businessmen on Ferenginar. We are prepared to invest significant venture capital into transforming this sphere into a vacation destination to rival Risa. I have a proposal of 500,000 bars of... What's that?
Tuvok to Voyager. Report.
A massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the Gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Dirac to Lisette. Track their course.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. We're receiving a distress signal from Earth's space dock.
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
The Federation is our enemy, but the Undine attack like assassins in the night.
We will crush the Kamikuv!
A significant Undine force is headed for the Sol system. We must stop the Undine from breaching Earth's defenses. Species 8472 is already boarded Earth's space dock. Once we are through the gateway, we must render assistance as soon as possible. I am picking up several distress calls from across the system. Curious. There are fewer Undine vessels than we witnessed using the gateway. Negative. The subspace relay booster network appears to be offline.
Agreed. Enterprise will clear the area around the lunar colonies.
Fine. Dirac and I will clear the far side of the planet.
Enterprise will set course for Luna.
The force field and the far side.
severe structural damage. Undine ships are still present. Our work here is not complete. Not moving. Earth space dock may be destroyed. are still Undine
Any
ships
ships still
in
in
the system.
range?
We must
There are
eliminate
Undine
them.
hunting parties on Earth space dock. We're fighting them, but there are Undine ships attacking key sites across the quadrant. Our ships are responding to everything they can, but we're stretched thin.
I've received orders from New Romulus. In light of this situation, the Lisette is being recalled to defend the homeworld. I will contact...
The boarding parties on Earth space dock should be our main concern. Earth space dock has sustained severe damage from multiple Undine boarding parties. We must locate Admiral Quinn. The most expedient path to the Admiral's office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear. We must ascertain the whereabouts of Admiral Quinn and expel all Undine boarders.
Everything hurts. I don't... What?
Indeed. My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
Making damage detected.
There is more going on with these boarding parties than we need to manually activate the fire suppression systems.
I thought Earth space dock would be a quiet assignment.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby. The damage is extensive, but we will rebuild. First, however, we must drive Species 8472 back to fluidic space. Admiral Quinn. The shape-shifting nature of species 8472 makes them a dangerous foe. Perhaps we can establish more reliable communications by directly linking to the starbase's internal systems. I will cover you.
Who is this? Communications are damaged. I suppose that's a valid question. You reported to me after the attack on Vega Colony.
Admiral, what is your status?
I'm pinned down in my office with Egan.
The Undine boarding parties appear to have some goal in mind. Stay alert for more imposters. Ambush. There are still more Undine on the station. I can feel their anger. Admiral Quinn and Commander Egan are below. The Admiral appears to require medical treatment. It is agreeable to see you, Admiral.
Thank you. Now, maybe we should... Egg? Where are you going?
One moment, Admiral.
Intriguing. The amount of resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said...
The weak will perish. And you are weak.
He is tapping into the bioship's power matrix.
Egan was an Undine? Egan... It's hard to believe. He attacked me mentally, led everyone into a trap. I couldn't stop him. We have much to consider. There may be... Tuvok! What's going on? Tuvok! Can you hear me? Tuvok!
Tuvok! Hello, Tuvok. Egan was too weak. He spent too much time among humans. He served his purpose, and you will be far too late.
Too late for what?
Your quadrant will fall. The weak will perish. This dimension will be cleansed, purified of infestation. Your efforts are meaningless. I know your thoughts, Tuvok.
Indeed, Doctor. But I have taken advantage of this connection to look into your mind as well.
What?
I understand now what your plans are. You will not succeed.
You can't stop us. Tuvok! Tuvok!
Admiral Tuvok! Admiral!
Diversion. This was all a diversion.
What do you mean?
Kronos. Their real target is Kronos. Come. Kronos may not have much time. The Federation and the Empire have been at war for far too long. Now we must join together for the common good. We have arrived in the Kronos system. At this time, the ruins of Praxis are concealing our arrival from the
Just 2 Federation ships? 2? Where is the Enterprise?
The Romulans have promised additional aid, as has Starfleet Command.
Words are meaningless. Deeds show the true heart of a warrior.
To its allies. We are here to honor them.
show up! The tide may turn against us, but this will be our day of glory! Think of it as an increase in your opportunities to die with honor.
My apologies for being late.
Just one more ship?
Not exactly. We brought him with friends.
What is that thing?
The Undine have brought a large craft through a quantum singularity.
They're powering up weapons!
The Undine have a new planet killer!
Target that ship, and fire all weapons!
No effect. They're too strong.
Voyager has one nanite torpedo remaining from her time in the Delta Quadrant. Such devices proved effective against the Undine in the past. Tactical. Fire when ready.
They took some damage, but the planet killer can still fire. I can get the Aquarius into firing position above her and exploit the opening in her shields, but someone will need to keep the Undine distracted. Weapons are offline. This is our only chance. Setting the Aquarius on a collision course.
Acknowledged. Do we have Sean's coordinates?
Getting locked now, sir. He did it, sir! The planet killer has been destroyed.
Tuvok to Allied fleet. Stand down. The Undine are retreating. Captain Sean.
Transporter room! Did you get him?
We have...
Captain Sean to Admiral Tuvok. Permission to come aboard?
The Klingon High Council wishes to discuss the most recent developments. We have been invited to transport directly to the High Council chambers. There are many here who have seen the danger Species 8472 presents with their own eyes for the first time. Thank you for your assistance in protecting both Earth and Kronos from the Undine. Now we must have the courage to compromise for the greater good.
That was a close one, but I'm fortunate Voyager transported me off the ship at the last second.
You have shown your true nature today. Worf was correct. There is honor in the Federation. I remember you from the Gateway activation. You fought well today. May our meetings on the battlefield always be as glorious.
I served in Starfleet, and now I serve the Empire. There are many on both sides of the current conflict for whom I have deep respect.
A true peace may not be on the table yet, but I hope we can at least broker a lasting armistice.
My people have respected the Federation ever since our first encounter with your famed Captain Kirk.
Our people come from a culture of deception and division. We've rejected our past in favor of open alliances.
Earth and Kronos are safe, and the Romulan Republic is pleased to assist its allies.
The 5 races of the Zindi once tried to exterminate humanity. But through the efforts of a few people who were willing to change, we put aside our weapons and worked through our differences. Now, we are members of the Federation.
I admit, I did not expect the Federation to act with such honor.
You fought well for someone from Starfleet. Many fine warriors have earned their places in Stovacor today. They died with honor, fighting one of our most formidable enemies. The Undine brought the battle to our very threshold. The fine warriors standing before me pushed them back. Let us honor our sacrifices and our accomplishments by ending...
Of the Milky Way, you have come further than we expected. But still you chase our shadows.
We are not here to impress you, demon! We stand united, and there is no one who can...
We give you a single warning to not attract our attention again.
That was the reason we need to work together. It's time for our feud to end.
Agreed. From this day forward, all hostilities between the Empire and the Federation will cease.
The Iconians use servitor races and other species to do their fighting for them. Species 8472 has been an unknowing cat's paw of the Iconians for some time. This time, however, the Undine were defeated, and it was our combined strength that allowed us to prevail. Thousands of years ago, the Iconians were defeated by an alliance of races. I predict their ultimate aim has been to prevent such an alliance from happening again. There have been periods in our combined history when the Federation and the Empire have not been at war, but they have not been allies either. Voyager will return to the Delta Quadrant. There is much to do there, and the Genolan Sphere will need to be protected from further Undine assaults.
Congratulations, Admiral.